The heart of leadership, being a servant leader for your team. Servant leadership is not just a leadership philosophy, but a way of life. In our fast-paced world, leadership is often perceived as a position of power, control, or authority. But the most impactful and respected leaders are those who lead not to be served, but to serve. Today I want to challenge you to shift your mindset, to think about leadership not as a status to attain, but as a responsibility to uplift those around you. To be a true leader, you must first become a servant. Understanding servant leadership. Servant leadership is a concept that was introduced by Robert K. Greenleaf in 1970, but its principles date back to some of the greatest leaders in history: Mahatma Gandhi, MLK, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela. These individuals led by serving others first. They put the needs of their people above their own, and in doing so, inspired change that transformed generations. At its core, servant leadership is about three fundamental principles: empathy, vision, and action. Empathy, understanding and connecting with your team. Leadership begins with understanding. Too often, leaders dictate without listening, command without caring, and manage without mentoring. A servant leader, however, takes the time to truly understand the people they serve. 1. Listening more than you speak. When you actively listen to your team, you gain insight into their challenges, fears, aspirations, and strengths. When people feel heard, they feel valued. Ask yourself, when was the last time I had a one-on-one conversation with a team member where I just listened? 2. Recognizing the strengths of others. A great leader doesn't just see people as employees or subordinates, but as individuals with unique talents and potential. Your role as a leader is to help them discover their strengths and create opportunities where they can shine. 3. Showing compassion. Servant leaders genuinely care about their team's well-being, not just professionally but personally. Recognizing when someone is struggling and offering help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Vision. Inspiring a purpose beyond the task. A leader without vision is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly. People don't just want to work for a paycheck, they want to be part of something meaningful. As a servant leader, you have the responsibility to inspire your team with purpose. 1. Define a clear mission. What is your team working toward? What impact do they have on the bigger picture? Help your team see beyond daily tasks and connect to a greater purpose. 2. Lead by example. Your actions must align with your words. If you expect excellence, you must model excellence. Show commitment, passion, and perseverance. Your team will follow your example. 3. Empower your team with ownership. Servant leaders don't micromanage, they trust their team. Give people the autonomy to make decisions, and they will feel a greater sense of responsibility and pride in their work. Action. Serving through leadership. The final step in servant leadership is action, actively working to serve and support your team. Leadership is not about giving orders, it's about clearing obstacles, providing resources, and creating an environment where people thrive. First, be the first to serve. There's a saying, a boss says go, but a leader says let's go together. If you want a culture of service in your team, it starts with you. No task should be beneath you if it helps your team succeed. 2. Celebrate success and acknowledge contributions. People need to feel appreciated. A simple thank you can go a long way in boosting morale and motivation. Make recognition a regular part of your leadership style. Celebrate both big wins and small victories. 3. Invest in growth and development. Servant leaders focus on the long-term growth of their team, provide mentorship, encourage learning, and offer opportunities for professional and personal development. Overcoming challenges as a servant leader. Servant leadership is not always easy. It requires humility, patience, and resilience. You will face resistance. Some may mistake your servant-hearted approach as weakness. Others may question why you put people over profit, relationships over results. But here's the truth. Servant leaders don't seek immediate success. They cultivate lasting impact. 1. Handling difficult conversations with grace. Servant leaders do not avoid tough conversations, but they approach them with empathy and fairness. 2. Balancing service with decision-making. Being a servant leader doesn't mean you always say yes. It means making the best decisions for the long-term well-being of your team. 3. Staying strong. In your commitment to serve, there will be days when leading feels exhausting. Remember why you started. Keep your purpose at the center of your actions. The ripple effect of servant leadership. When you lead with a servant's heart, you don't just transform your team, you create a ripple effect that extends beyond the workplace. Your leadership influences your family, your community, and even future generations of leaders. When you empower others, they gain the confidence to lead in their own way. When you show kindness and humility, it fosters a culture of respect and collaboration. When you prioritize people over profit, you build loyalty, trust, and long-term success. True leadership is not measured by how many people serve you, but by how many people you serve. Be the leader that lifts others up, believes in their potential, and creates a lasting legacy through service.